meow, meow, meow. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, come on, oh, come on. Woo! Let's get it on. Baby, let's get it on. Season 2, let's get it on.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's finally time to get going in season 2 of UMD is Blind because we are going to be seeing the first round of dates tonight. I'm your host, Stephen Mailing, and I am more than excited to show you how each cast member fared in their dates and how some may have not gone too well. After tonight, you're going to get an idea of what each cast member brings to the table, maybe what cast members belong on the show Doomsday Preppers, and of course, how do the male cast members do with their pickup lines? Let's get right down to it. Let's see what the cast had to say prior to their dates on night 1.
Honestly, I'm pretty excited.
So why'd the Irishman fall off his bar stool? Because he was drunk.
I guess I'm not that nervous or as nervous as I thought, and I think it's mainly just because no one's gonna be seeing my face.
I'm excited, a little nervous, but we are thriving, surviving, and vibing.
I'm really nervous, so I'll probably be talking kind of fast.
I'm excited, but a little nervous.
We'll see how it goes. Hopefully no one's dry, no one's awkward. If they are, I guess I'll have to carry the conversation.
I'm just super excited to get started with this first round of dates. I have been waiting on this all week, and I know you guys have been waiting for it too.
I'm really nervous.
If the baby could feel no pain, and you had unlimited strength, how far would you put the child? That's the $1 million question right there. If they answer the correct way, I'm looking at my future wife. Bye-bye, transition, fade away, fade to black.
Your best pickup line.
Okay, so when you say best pickup line, I feel like there's never really a good pickup line, but I've got a couple for you. So you have to tell me how good they are, okay?
I'll do smash or pass.
Third date, that was a lot of fun. I think that was a really big connection, or at least the start of one.
Chandler was fun to talk to. I do have to say though, we started out, I asked him what his favorite pickup line was.
All right, bet. Okay, here's my first one.
Okay.
Are your legs tired? Because you've been running through my mind.
I was able to test out my pickup lines on her, and we did a smash or pass for it. So my first pickup line tragically failed.
Pass.
Okay, what about this one? You're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Smash.
I said pass too, even though it was also bad. I just felt bad for saying pass to 2 in a row.
Yes. You know what? I'll take it. We'll leave it with that one.
All right.
But my second pickup line, not to flex or anything, but it was definitely a winner.
Ooh, you hate to see it.
What would be your top 5 Pixar movies?
Oh, wow. Oh, geez. You're gonna have to go first.
Yeah, that was probably the worst one just because it was all about movies. He had pretty strong opinions. He just dominated the conversation too much.
I get confused between Pixar and Disney all the time.
Okay, so the Disney ones that I think people would put that were not done by Pixar, no Moana, no Zootopia. I think I officially do have a person on the show who would kill me, and
That's literally most of the ones that I was gonna say.
All those are good movies.
He was pretty passionate about these movies.
Also, The Incredibles. The animation, the story, and soundtrack, just 10 out of 10. If you haven't seen that, do it.
I've seen it. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love Syndrome. Probably my favorite Pixar villain. Gina Phalange. Holy shit! We started out great because she and I were connecting on Friends for a little bit, but I broke the stem of the conversation. Just one mistake led to another. We were talking about Pixar movies. He's like, all I wanted was to help you. I only wanted to help. And what did you say to me? Is like, yes, go off.
Can somebody be Syndrome here and help Kronk out with this conversation?
Mm-hmm. Totally. No, I get that.
I think she definitely, probably a combination of thinking I talk too much and that she fucking hates my voice.
I'd say Bug's Life.
Bug's Life is fine. I understand the appeal. It's not one of my favorite, but I like Bug's Life. Yeah, definitely solid.
When I ended up saying like my options near the end, I was like, oh yeah, like Bug's Life. Like I love Bug's Life. This is just a great movie. I would watch it all the time when I was little. And he was just like, Bug's Life. Eh. I was like, okay.
Oh, hello. I like your voice.
Thank you. I think,
Sounds like audiobook.
yeah. One of my old teachers used to say that I have a voice for radio.
I hope you like that teacher.
I did, yeah.
That's
So
good.
then the last person was Gwen. And, well, this one wasn't bad. It was just, like, kind of awkward. And she did say that she liked my voice, which is always a plus. All right, how's your day going?
It's all right, but like doing this like really like made it better. And Matt, they gave me flashback to when I used to work at a nursing home. What's something that you're glad that you'll never ever do again?
Ooh.
It was very dry, really dry. It was just so boring.
Glad I'll never have to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to school again, because I don't know how I did that for that long. Well, there was a lot of pauses. It didn't flow as well as the rest of them.
That was not bad. Well, I'm a morning person.
Ooh, yeah, no, I'm not a morning person anymore.
Yeah, like for like the entire last like month, like 30 days, I will wake up at 6 and I'll go on runs.
Oh, yeah, I usually wake up at around like 9 and go on runs if it's not 95 degrees out. I don't know if I want to still talk to her. I probably. I think I'll just say yes to talking to her again, just to give her another shot.
So, I'm a writer and I like to put a lot of thought whenever I name a character, but for myself, I legitimately could not think of any good name that wasn't my own because I think I fit my own name very well.
Dooley, I really liked him. He was like, I liked him.
I thought about Elizabeth for a little while because I love Pride and Prejudice and
Oh, that's a classic.
intellect. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not gonna.
We love a well-read gal. We love.
Jay was really cool. Definitely like, you know, big educated indie alt vibes, which like I'm definitely down for.
Love Elizabeth Bennet so very dearly.
That's
but
awesome.
I'm on Elizabeth. Yeah, thank you. And then I just thought Jay is a really cool sounding name, and I think it's a nice short but attentive name, if that makes sense.
Totally.
We talked about a lot of things very quickly, and I like someone that could like match my energy and just like be able to like ping pong around to different topics I didn't almost notice, and it was just always engaging. The Pride and Prejudice thing though, I do love that. I do respect a man who can love Pride and Prejudice as much as I do.
Totally.
Yeah, so
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like for me, it's like it's not disingenuous, but it's like a guy with a tiny pecker buying like a massive lifted truck, right? Because it's like,
of course, like you take the muffler off and you just go 90 down the highway.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like glass and coal, right? Because it's like for me, it's like I usually open up with like the more like sort of relaxed, sensitive vibe. So it's like definitely a little different being this forward, you know.
Of course.
Like smart and like there and sort of present, which is like really great because like one of the big things that sort of I'm looking for is like, you know, I want someone that I can like sort of like be a partner with, right?
Well, okay, if you were Dunkin' coffee, what coffee would you be? Casey was really fun to vibe with. She had a lot of questions. She answered my questions really well.
Oh my gosh.
Not like your favorite. What coffee would you be?
I'd probably be like a caramel macchiato, but I also don't know if that's like the right drink because I never order coffee. Like,
Okay, so you're not a coffee girl.
no, I don't order coffee because I never know like the right terms, I always like ask people to just like get it for me because like they know what I like.
Then Dale, I also really enjoyed like talking to him. He had a lot of questions prepared and like he was really extroverted.
Okay, dude, sometimes I am like, just surprise me, and sometimes they give it to me for free. Like, if you're like, hey, surprise me, whatever your favorite is, I feel like they're like really nice, and like they're like, if you don't like it, you can get something else, or like they give it to you for free.
But I also feel like he sees me as like really introverted and shy.
Well, my favorite date, to answer your question, or my like perfect date, would definitely be just like, it doesn't have to be big or anything. It just has to be like just like two people and like just vibes like the entire time, whatever it is. Yeah, and we just really connected, and I think maybe I don't want to jinx anything, but she might be my match.
Now, this is the content we're here for.
Would you like to be famous, and in what way?
I don't know if I would want to be famous. I would more so want to be remembered.
Okay.
And Ray was very, very nice. He asked me a question about celebrity life, which gave me a second to think about because I didn't know whether I wanted my answer to make it seem like it was like contradictory with me being on the show. So I was just like really like contemplating that. The reason why I like explain it is that because like I feel like a lot of famous people, they end up getting like so like caught up into like this certain like sphere, whether it's like being in Hollywood.
I thought that my first date with Celeste went really well. She was the only one that I wrote down a quote.
Okay, for sure. Well, what would you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for just being a good person. Someone that can be very like personable, relatable. They kind of like gave off the same vibe, but he was very much of like a opportunity cost person. Like he was able to accept those kind of risks in order to have that. And yeah, I'm kind of feeling that too because I was like, I like money, so someone that like can genuinely feel like I am just that I'm just like good to be around. I don't know.
I really like that she said that she'd want to be well known for spreading light and love and positivity.
Why did you apply?
So I applied because I had a very close friend on season 1, and
Then I talked to Maverick, and
they really liked it, and they had a lot of fun. And I have seen firsthand how the game works and what it can lead to. So I think I had an okay conversation with Margot. I was just really excited. I got out of a pretty serious relationship not too long ago. So like,
oh really?
Like right off the bat, he was like, "Oh, I just got out of a serious relationship, so I'm not really looking for anything like serious, but like whatever happens, happens."
Yeah, I'm mainly more looking to, meet a lot of people that, I can vibe with, that I can, I thought it was a fun time, and I enjoyed it. If something romantic happens with somebody, then, I'm open to it, but I'm definitely not for like, a super serious long-term commitment. And like,
And I get that, but also this is like a dating show, so.
Now this girl is onto something.
I don't know. I guess if you're here to make friends, that's cool.
Yeah, my dog's name is Phoebe, and she's the only dog I've had. She's 4 years old, but yeah, she's pretty small. I think she's around 9 pounds, but
oh wow,
she acts like she's a big dog. Like she's not afraid to go up to anyone unless she feels threatened.
Uno was nice. Like I said, like none of these were like awful. I was really expecting to be pulling teeth on some of these, but not bad.
My dog doesn't have that problem. I mean, has she like approached other dogs? Have you had to like kind of step in and break up a fight?
We had great conversation immediately, started talking about our dogs for the first half of it.
I've had to like restrain her, but one time, so my cousins have her brother,
which Phoebe, she's the love of my life, my 9-pound Shih Tzu. She's my first true love.
Whenever like they're together, like her brother's like all over her.
Yeah, really?
And yeah, following her around everywhere, and she like does not like it. And one time, he was so close, like almost like sniffing her butt, and she turned around and literally bit his tongue.
Oh my
Like,
God, his tongue.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Yes.
His heart is definitely in the right place. I just don't think we like matched well, so I don't know. Not bad, but yeah, not really my type.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So Essa, who got off to a bit of a rocky start, in the event that the current pandemic actually ravages humanity due to the United States' poor treatment of the virus, and
First guy that I spoke to was Kronk. Kronk, yeah, like I guess Emperor's New Groove. We didn't really talk about it.
humanity is almost extinct, but you have like everyone, like you have like a small group of people that survive with you.
He asked me like a question about like the apocalypse and then gave me like ABCD answers.
From the following, what is your top priority? Locating a sustainable food source, reestablishing a government, restoring the population, or recording the knowledge of mankind? We talked about like simple stuff.
Wow, you thought a lot about this question, I can tell. I mean, I have like a couple initial thoughts, but like
okay. Yeah.
I feel like you would obviously like need like food and stuff to survive, and obviously someone's gonna need to take charge. I mean, I'm just thinking back to like apocalyptic movies that I've seen. I was like, I don't know, like I'm not really into like apocalyptic things. Like I guess I've seen some basic movies, but that's about it. So I was like kind of like off guard.
Yeah.
Maybe saving knowledge, unless you have like one person from every field that could like do a good summary, because then you're gonna need that information to like continue society, I guess. I don't know, I felt like we didn't like mesh really well.
What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
All right, jumping right into the questions.
Yeah, let's get
All
the
right,
question.
let me think about this. Like, it's kind of spontaneous.
Lucky, Winnie, and Jay, they're all pretty good to talk to. I had a lot of fun with them.
Yes.
Yeah, you seem like you got a lot of energy, you know?
I mean, I'm just trying to hype myself up, because or else I'm just gonna like.
Arturo. I love that he chose the name Arturo because it has to do with his middle name. But I was thinking he was gonna be some like Star Wars nerd or something.
Like wallow in like a depressive state, but that's just just me. Nah. But I think what's it called? Spontaneous. I can't think. Like I'm having a mind block. You seem like you had something prepared. I don't know. Could you go?
But he had a lot of energy. He seemed like he was a little nervous during the date.
Yeah, I did have prepared because like you, when people ask me questions, I usually like just have a mind block too. But I was thinking about it. The most spontaneous thing I've done was get in like a Uber with like a complete stranger, didn't know where the ride was going at all.
I feel like there's a saying that goes along with something like this. Maybe stranger danger?
I like, and don't think I'm like crazy.
So it seems like he is very adventurous, you know, and I'm looking for that, so that's nice.
Julie, I'll ask you, how'd you feel about how your dates went in general?
They were actually like really good. I mean, it's like, you know, I've definitely like not had like super like great experiences sort of like opening up with like the big NJB energy. But people have been like really digging it.
I was gonna say that Kronk was like also like not my favorite. I don't know why. It was just kind of like he asked me about my favorite Pixar movies, and then it took me a while because I was like, ooh, I don't know, like between like Disney and Pixar, like that gets me messed up. So I asked him about his. So most of the 5 minutes, it was just him talking about like the movies. And then when I like said mine at the end, he kind of like had something to say about each of the ones I said. Like he was like, eh. And I was like, all right, I don't know.
Regina she was really nice, but
she
like,
was.
Friends is basic. You know, Friends is like clear code of basic.
Ooh. Yeah.
Damn, Maverick.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know, like, you know, it's
No,
okay
you're right, though.
like Friends, but like your name is Friends, and
That's
like
your entire
what
personality,
we
I don't
talked
know.
about is Friends. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. Like,
Really do like that.
I'm like a little skeptical about who was it? It was Maverick.
Wait, I
was
had
like a
the
little
same.
skeptical.
I like agree with you. That was like definitely like my least favorite one.
Interesting.
Love Maverick. I'm shook.
I think I'm opposite of Kronk actually. Tessa and Celeste were my least favorite dates, I think.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and
Kronk likes that.
really connected well with Casey, and nobody else has mentioned her name. So Casey
Casey's cool.
Love,
Oh, I thought Casey was cool.
I liked Dale Turp.
Yeah.
He was really fun and like we had a good convo. It was like pretty natural, and he got my nickname, so I was like,
Yeah. After my conversation with him, like everybody went back into like the meeting room, and he was like, "I think I scared her away." I was like, "No, you didn't. Like it was fine."
For me, I think I'll hop on the train with Matt. I definitely vibed with like most of them. There was only like one girl that I just was like, the conversation wasn't as like free flowing as the others, but it was fun. It was dope.
Yeah, he asked me like an apocalyptic question because of like COVID and stuff. And I thought everybody was gonna get that question because he had like A, B, C, D responses for me to like choose from about like
oh wow,
what would be like the most important thing, like getting resources, like establishing a government, or like repopulating. And I was like, I don't remember all the responses, and I was like, I'm not really sure how to deal with this.
Yeah.
He also asked me the Pixar.
The one that I alluded to earlier, I guess Matt and Chandler also mentioned was with Gwen. Again, because I don't really remember much from that, and I wasn't able to take down anything that like stuck out to me. Maybe it was because I was so in the zone, or it could be just because it wasn't that interesting. I honestly don't remember.
He like talked about how he like asked this girl out when he was in 8th grade, and then how he like got punched in the face, and he just like went on about that for like a few minutes. And so I was just like, oh wow. Like, and then I tried to make a joke about it, and I was like, oh well, like if she can't take a joke, like then you don't want her. And then he was like, oh but like no, we're really cool now, like we made amends and like stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, like yeah, like no shade on her, just like
I think all of my dates were like 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Like there were no bad dates, but there were no like 10 out of 10 like I'm in love dates, you know.
Ooh.
But I think I could vibe with all of them. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Excited for round 2 yet? Now, it seems that most of our cast members had pretty solid dates tonight, minus the awkward pauses and shitting on A Bug's Life. For all the cast and producers here at UMDisblind, I'm your host, Stephen Mailing. We'd like to thank you for joining us today. Of course, we hope to catch you in a week or so, where we hope you'll be anxiously awaiting night 2 to see who's staying and possibly having a match, or who's getting eliminated. We'll catch you next time.